I'm Tracy Berry.
And I'm Pete Schulberg. Next on News 8 at 11, world reaction pours in this evening over the Chinese execution of 3 student protesters.
A last-minute effort tonight to save those Northwest Portland homes, but it's costly.
Disposable or home delivery. When it comes to diapers, a tradition is making a comeback.
And tunes you can travel with. The Sony Walkman turns 10. Plus, buying the Beetle-mobile. News 8 at 11 is next.
I mean, these people really care about you. That's what Trend is all about, is caring about each other. The only thing I can say to anyone out there who might want to come to Trend is that you owe it to yourself and you owe it to your life. You owe it to your future.
Call the Trend College nearest you today. Trend College. We change people's lives.
It's worth every single penny I paid for it, plus any other penny I could pay for it. It's just changed my life.
It's Waterbed Weekend this weekend at all Waterbed Emporium showrooms. Our lowest prices ever. Everything has been marked down. A minimum of 20% and up to 50% off. Store-wide. King-size bookcase waterbeds from $99. 4-poster or rose bookcase bed, your choice, $199. Mirrored canopy beds, your choice, $599. A free bed with every bedroom set. Everything marked down 20 to 50% off. Easy on-the-spot, Sleep Smart financing. This weekend, Waterbed Weekend at all Waterbed Emporium showrooms.
America has the most expensive health care on earth, yet 37 million Americans can't afford health insurance, and more companies can't afford to protect them. Monday, a Channel 8 documentary takes an honest look at our failing healthcare system, why many of us are at risk, and why among the most advanced nations on earth, America ranks dead last in life expectancy. Watch Healthcare, Condition Critical, Monday at 8 on Channel 8.
This is News 8 at 11 with Pete Schulberg, Tracy Berry, meteorologist Jim Little, and Carl Click with the latest in sports.
Good evening. Anger and outrage tonight over the execution of 3 demonstrators in China.
And criticism of President Bush for not taking a stronger stand against the continuing brutality. The 3 men were condemned to death for setting fire to a train after it plowed through a crowd of protesters. They were executed today despite the pleas of many Western countries, including the U.S.
We deeply regret the fact that these executions have gone forward, notwithstanding appeals from the United States, appeals from the Federal Republic of Germany, and perhaps other countries for clemency.
But many feel the United States is working harder to keep trade flowing with China than to stop the violence. Meanwhile, a delegation of Chinese mountain climbers has finally arrived in Seattle, detained by the troubles back home. The group now joins American and Soviet climbers on a trek up Mount Rainier before taking on Mount Everest. For the 3 nations involved, it's being billed as a peace climb.
When we rope up on the mountain, we are trusting our lives to each other. I think we have to do that as countries. I think we have to learn how to work together, and that's the thrust of this climb to the highest point on Earth.
The peace climb to the top of the world is set for next spring.
A controversial ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court today, and it has to do with the burning of the American flag. The High Court, in a 5-4 vote, said it's constitutional to burn the flag as a form of political expression. The case involved a flag-burning incident in Dallas, Texas in 1984 during the Republican National Convention. Communist protester Greg Johnson was sentenced to a year in prison under Texas law, but the court maintains that flag burning comes under the First Amendment and cannot be banned.
Well, I think our first reaction is one of anger, and our second reaction is one of sadness.
I think we should turn up the heat on the flag, and we should turn up the heat on the system of U.S. imperialism that flag represents.
Now, 2 of the conservatives on the court, Scalia and Kennedy, sided with the majority and ruled that it is not against the law to burn the flag. Back in the Northwest, a drunk driving lawsuit now totals more than $20 million. It was brought by a Portland couple who saw both their children die. The wreck took place 3 months ago on Burnside. A man with a blood alcohol 3 times the legal limit rammed his car into a family sedan. The parents, Charles and Ellie Belleville, were seriously injured and their 2 young children killed. And now the family has sued the estate of the drunk driver, Van Owen Southland, who also died in the crash in West Portland. In addition, the bar and employees that serve Van Owen alcohol are also named in the lawsuit.
Well, keeping an ounce of marijuana in Oregon may not be a crime, but it could be costly. Currently, those caught possessing an ounce or less pay a $100 fine. Lawmakers wanted to change all that, making it a crime again with stiff penalties. But after a closer look, they decided the strong anti-drug message might be too expensive, costing the state up to $2 million in court costs.
The cost, and here we get to the cost, involved in trying to send this message is not worth the message you're going to send, the effects you're going to get from it.
So instead, the new plan is to up the cost of keeping marijuana. The fines could jump as high as $500, with the money going to pay for drug diversion programs. The number of inmates on Oregon's death row now stands at 22. Today, a Marion County jury gave 29-year-old Robert Langley the death penalty. Langley faces death for killing a man and burying his body on the grounds of the Oregon State Hospital last year. The death penalty will be automatically appealed, but Langley still faces another murder trial in October. He's accused of killing a Salem woman 2 years ago.
Tonight, the Washington County Sheriff's Office says it has a suspect in the murder of Autumn Chin, the Forest Grove teenager. The 15-year-old's body was found at the Tualatin River on Saturday. The Sheriff's Office is putting out an alert for 31-year-old Michael Larry Wheeler. The suspect is said to have a tattoo of a skull on his upper left arm and a panther tattooed on his upper right arm. Some middle school students in northeast Portland are trying to get the word out about gangs in the area. Today, students from Whitaker Middle School talked about their new campaign, which is called Stop the Violence. They're hoping it will have a positive influence on other kids.
It's a message to the community saying that the youth are getting tired of what's going on, and we want to give a message to the people to saying that we want to be involved with what's going on to try to stop it.
The crew received praise from the Youth Gangs Task Force and T-shirts saying, "Stop the Violence." Well, a young mother who has wanted to see her children for almost 10 years now is finally about to get her wish. Nancy Francis reports that children are literally a world away.
We first heard Laura Phillips' story last February. 8 years ago, after she got legal custody of her two daughters, her ex-husband took them to Saudi Arabia. They've been there with him ever since, and Laura has not seen them. Although there is a warrant for his arrest in this country for taking them away, the Saudi government does not recognize it. But what bothers Laura most is that her ex-husband has made it impossible for her to see the girls until now.
They just wouldn't fit in the suitcase, so they're going to ride with me.
This morning, Laura packed the teddy bears the girls left behind almost a decade ago. She filled a suitcase with toys and games. After countless phone calls and letters with the State Department and the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, Laura is going to Saudi Arabia. Her ex-husband said she could see the girls, who are now 11 and 12.
So it's basically the threat of his passport being revoked that's caused him to be nice and say, okay, come for a visit.
A lot has happened in Laura's life in 8 years. She has a new husband and a 2-year-old daughter, but it's been impossible for her to forget what happened, even though she knows she probably won't get her children back, ever. They don't even speak English.
I just hope to show them that I love them and care about them, and I always have. And, you know, that that's never going to change, even if we can't be together.
Laura will be in Saudi Arabia for a week and a half. Nancy Francis, News 8.
And Laura Phillips isn't the only such case. According to the State Department, the government is working on about 700 similar cases.
Well, the days of the Druids are long gone, but the first day of summer still brings crowds to England's Stonehenge. The story just ahead.
And actor William Hurt is playing a real-life role tonight as his palimony lawsuit lingers on. Plus, disposable or wash and dry, the diaper dilemma when we come back.
We don't think a copier company that makes TVs, CDs, and VCRs sounds like a very good idea. Meet us. Oh, we make a great copiers.
This is a typical window sticker, the price you're normally asked to pay for a new car. This, on the other hand, is the actual factory-to-dealer invoice. And for a limited time, these invoices will be displayed on every new car and truck on Bob Frink Auto Row. So you can make us an offer. It's just that simple at Bob Frink Chevy, Geo, Nissan, Old, and Hyundai. But you've got to hurry, because at these prices, your car won't last long. The invoice sale on Bob Frink Auto Row. Doesn't that make sense to you? Welcome to the family.
Clean your car, siding, and windows with the Melnor Car Wash Kit. During June, it's just $9.95 at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
When you compare the sales of the average Portland car dealer to the sales of Thomason Ford, there's a big difference.
We sell so many vehicles that we can offer you lower prices. And right now we have over 1,000 cars and trucks in stock.
It's their largest selection ever at Thomason Ford.
We offer financing to anyone. And you can get factory rebates up to $1,000.
If it says Thomason, you know it's a low price.
Remember, if you don't come see me today, I can't save you any money.
Northwest Portlanders have until noon tomorrow to try to buy an old home they want to save from demolition, but so far they've come up short. Now, this is the home on Northwest Overton neighbors are trying to save. The developer who owns the house says he won't tear it down if somebody buys it for $170,000. The Northwest District Association is trying to raise $70,000 for a down payment, but as of about 11 tonight, neighbors still needed nearly $14,000.
I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get some more time. There are lots of possibilities. Nothing seems to be really clear.
The Northwest District Association says it will meet with the developer to try to work out an agreement. The developer wants to tear down the house to make way for row houses. Well, the Stonehenge Monument in England drew hundreds who wanted to mark the start of summer today and many more who wanted to stop that celebration. Police on foot, horseback, and in helicopters even kept a huge crowd back because a riot broke out between police and celebrators a year ago. It is now illegal to march within 4 miles of the monument. Only 6 people made it to the fence around the site. More than 200 were arrested. Stonehenge is an ancient site for mystical ceremonies, including today, Midsummer's Day, the longest day of the year.
In Mississippi today, time out to remember 3 civil rights workers slain 25 years ago. Hundreds of people gathered to honor the 3 young men who died in the struggle to register black voters.
Must not forget, because if we forget today, then we'll look for this to happen again tomorrow.
It was 1964 when the young men were killed during the civil rights movement. The incident was dramatized in the movie Mississippi Burning. Meanwhile, it is no movie, but a New York courtroom for actor William Hurt as his palimony trial continues. Today, his former girlfriend took the stand and said in her eyes they were married at the time she gave birth to his son.
The idea that if we would to each other claim to be married and believe in a marriage and have trust and love and faith, that would take care of the marriage in God's eyes.
Jennings currently gets $65,000 a year from Hurt in child support. She says that puts her at the poverty line. She wants half of his earnings. Well, for the baby boom generation, raising children today is a lot different than just a generation ago.
But some things are making a comeback. As Ann Jagger reports tonight, when it comes to diapers, maybe mom knew best.
A whole generation of Americans has grown up on disposable diapers. 85% of babies today are wrapped in throwaways instead of cloth. But some parents are changing their diaper-changing habits and switching back to the tried-and-true method. Mom still doesn't have to do all the dirty work either. Babyland has been cleaning diapers 23 years. Business has picked up 40% recently. The industry hopes the disposable business will dry up because they cost more.
We're 100% recyclable, not filling up our landfills, and we're also about half the cost of disposable diapers.
There are 3 other Portland companies that clean and deliver diapers against the giants who manufacture throwaways.
There we go.
Cloth diapers were once thought to be less convenient, more cumbersome. Judy Soloway switched to cloth because it was cheaper than disposables.
It wasn't worth what you were throwing away into the garbage. It wasn't really much faster, and it's a lot more expensive.
Disposable diapers are costly to the environment, too. They don't decompose and they aren't recyclable. A huge problem when you consider a baby will use an average of 5,000 diapers in the early years. At local landfills, that amounts to more than a ton of garbage for every baby who wears disposable diapers. And with 18,000 babies born every year in Oregon, that's a lot of diapers and a lot of raw sewage in our landfills. By 1993, all diapers sold in Nebraska will have to be biodegradable. Oregon's lawmakers have also considered that solution. But until then, the problem just keeps stacking up. Ann Jagger, News 8.
The most economical method, of course, is cleaning the diapers at home. Diaper service is second on the list. It costs about 11 cents a diaper. Disposables range between 15 and 30 cents a diaper.
Well, the first day of summer brought warmer weather. Jim's up next.
And can't carry a tune? For 10 years now, the Walkmans made it all easy.
The National Jeep Sale, featuring the most exciting Jeep Cherokee offer of the year. Now get $1,000 cash back on every four-door Jeep Cherokee. In fact, $1,000 cash back on all Jeep Cherokee and Wagoneer models. Get legendary Jeep toughness with all the trimmings and get $1,000 cash back. So get to the National Jeep Sale at your Jeep Eagle dealer now. This is a limited time offer.
Only at your Western Pacific Jeep Eagle dealers, where you can always expect the best.
In the summertime when the weather is hot, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather's fine, we got living on our mind. We're having good times, living easy in the summer's really fine. We're always happy, life's for living, yeah, that's our philosophy.
This young man's got college plans, this couple's got family plans, and this family's got vacation plans. If you do too, hurry today and get factory cash back on every model of every new Volkswagen we sell. Like $1,000 on Cabriolet, $1,000 on Jetta, even cash back on our affordable Fox. And now, by popular demand, we've extended this offer until June 30th, so plan on dropping by your Volkswagen dealer today. But hurry, factory cash back ends June 30th.
Well, it seems like just yesterday that the Sony Walkman came on the scene, but this year it's celebrating its 10th anniversary. In 10 short years, the Walkman has changed the way millions of people listen to music and other things. 50 million Walkmans have been sold worldwide, and there is no sign of it letting up.
I just wear them because people stop me in the street all the time, and this way I just keep on walking and I don't have to listen to anybody.
Friendly. What's the secret of the Walkman's popularity? A lot of buyers say it's a great way of getting rid of stress and getting in some tunes at the same time.
Jim's not wearing his Walkman tonight, though, right?
You know, he listens to the Weather Channel on his.
That's right, yes.
What's the latest?
Looks like a nice day tomorrow. A little warmer than it was today. We have some high clouds that are drifting down from the northwest, but most of those are over eastern Washington tonight, and most of those will drift on to the south and the east, but we will see a few high clouds overnight tonight. But sunny weather tomorrow. You can see those high clouds over British Columbia there and watch them kind of drift down over the top of a ridge of high pressure that is building out here throughout the Pacific Ocean and on up into the Gulf of Alaska. This weather system here will go up and over the top. No concern there. This thing, as it comes down, may touch off a few showers over the northeast mountains of Oregon tomorrow afternoon. And it is giving us a few high clouds tonight, but not very many west of the Cascades. Here's a close-up look at 11 o'clock. Temperatures around the northwest, generally in the 60s through the Willamette Valley. East of the Cascades, 40s and 50s, 62 degrees was the 11 o'clock temperature at Pendleton. 3D view shows those high clouds moving over eastern Washington. Partly cloudy skies in the Portland area, 64 degrees, 65% humidity. Winds northwest at 12, and the barometer is 30.15 now. High temperature today, 76 degrees, 2 above average. 47 was the overnight low last night. That's 6 below average. And the rainfall total, of course, is 0. We stand now at 59 hundredths for the month of June, and that is about a half an inch below average, 13,300 feet. Freezing level measured over Salem this afternoon. Last night got kind of chilly east of the Cascades with temperatures dropping into the 30s. It was 35 degrees at Redmond, 34 degrees at Baker. Through the Willamette Valley, temperatures last night in the 40s and mostly 40s along the coast. Highs today, mostly in the 60s along the coast, but 90 degrees, the high temperature in Brookings. We got that flow downhill that compresses the air and warms the temperature up, and The Brookings effect drove the temperature up to 90 degrees there today. 60s and 80s through the Willamette Valley. It was 89 in Medford today. Generally 70s and 80s east of the Cascades today. Around the Portland metropolitan area, temperatures mid-70s, low 80s for highs today. Oregon City reporting 80 degrees. Around the nation, some big thunderstorms along a cold front that stretches through the middle section of the country from Minnesota all the way back down into New Mexico. You can see the heavy thunderstorms there. Also some thunderstorms along the east coast, but the heaviest up in Minnesota today with 60-mile-an-hour winds. Cool weather behind that. In fact, there was some snow at some of the higher elevations in Colorado at Winter Park. Some snow. It was melting as it fell, but there was snow, indeed, on the first day of summer. 63 was the high temperature in Denver today. It was 111 in Phoenix, very much summer-like there. 90 degrees, very much summer-like in Des Moines today. But cool weather over the northern plains. Here's the winds aloft chart, the big ridge out here in the Gulf of Alaska. This little impulse is dropping to the south, and as it does, it may touch off an isolated shower, again, over the northeast mountains of Oregon tomorrow afternoon. But that's about the size of it. The ridge of high pressure will remain out there through the week and through the weekend, so we're looking for the dry weather to continue here. Forecast, first along the coast, high overcast in the north tonight, sunny and warm tomorrow and Friday. Winds northeasterly 15 to 25. Along the coast, there are gale warnings on the southern Oregon coast, small craft advisories on the central and northern Oregon coast. East side, high clouds tonight, slight chance of a mountain shower tomorrow. Otherwise, fair and warm, sunny and warm for the mountains. Columbia Gorge, sunny and warm, light winds for the Willamette Valley. High clouds overnight tonight, and then sunny again tomorrow. Sunny and warm on Friday. High clouds tonight in the Portland area, and those will clear out tomorrow. We'll see warmer temperatures tomorrow, about 81 degrees. And the extended outlook, sunny and hot over the weekend. We'll see a change coming up first part of next week, and it looks like increasing clouds on Monday, but that's Monday after the weekend, so who cares?
It's pretty good, Jim. We get a little sun, then we get a little rain, so we don't have to water anything.
It's amazing.
Perfect. You're doing very well. Well, coming up next in sports, new reports tonight linking Pete Rose to betting on his own team.
And we'll tell you about the adventures tonight of local bowler Marshall Holman.
The following are paid political announcements. They do not necessarily represent the views of KGW TV.
You'd be surprised at what log exports can do for a community. Keep Oregon logs for Oregon jobs. On June 27th, vote yes on 2.
The preceding announcements have been purchased by political advertisers whose views do not necessarily reflect those of KGW TV or its employees.
Right here.
Chevy's hot.
On sale now.
Cash back up to $1,000 delivers Beretta 10 323.
Cool air, cool music, cruise, tilt, power windows, style, steel wheels, sport mirrors, and more.
Use it as your down payment. 10 323 Beretta at your Northwest Chevy dealers. Chevy's hot.
Carl, the case against Pete Rose is really starting to heat up now, isn't it?
At least coming out in the open, we think. Up until now, all that's been known about baseball's gambling case against Pete Rose is that some former alleged associates have said Pete gambled on baseball. But now there are reports of more tangible evidence. The Associated Press says the commissioner's office has used a handwriting expert to identify betting slips Rose allegedly wrote out on baseball games, some for the Reds. And the New York Times is reporting that some of those slips have Rose's fingerprints. There is a hearing tomorrow. It may or may not grant a temporary restraining order on the investigation. Meanwhile, Rose and his Reds were in trouble in Atlanta for a doubleheader. Game 1, here's something Rose didn't bet on. Cincinnati pitcher Tom Browning at the plate, and he singles home a run. In the 6th, the Reds take a 2-0 lead. But for the first time all season, the Braves won a game in the 9th. Down 3-2, Jeff Treadway with a base hit off stopper John Franco. It scores Dale Murphy to tie it, and Andres Thomas to win it. Braves 4-3. Braves took the second game as well. The Mets beat Montreal this afternoon. The Giants completed a 3-game sweep of Houston, with Rick Russell scoring his 12th win of the season. The Cubs beat the Pirates in 11 innings again. The Dodgers beat the Padres, while the Cards and Phillies were rained out. A big trade in the American League today, 3-for-1. The Yankees sending outfielder Ricky Henderson to the Oakland Athletics for relievers Eric Plunk, Greg Cadaret, and outfielder Luis Polonia. New York needed pitching and got it. Ricky Henderson wasn't happy in New York, and he returns to his hometown. American League action tonight. The Royals were sure happy to be in Milwaukee, and they probably should have been. They won. Now the debate over wood or aluminum bats. Bo Jackson votes for wood because he couldn't do this with an aluminum bat. Didn't need many bats at all tonight with Brett Saberhagen on the mound. He threw a 3-hitter at the Brewers, 6-0 shutout. Saberhagen has his league-leading 7th complete game. In other games, Minnesota over Cleveland, 5-1. The White Sox and the Rangers were winners. Toronto and California still playing right now. 2 home runs for Dave Parker as Oakland beat Detroit. And 3 nights in a row now, the Orioles have beaten the Mariners. The Beavers beat Tacoma tonight at the stadium 2-1. Portland is 3-1 to start off the second half of the season. Medford's Marshall Holman has more wins than any bowler on the Pro Bowlers Tour. Tonight, he had a chance for another championship at the Kessler Open in California. Holman qualified second for the televised finals tonight. Here he is rolling in the semifinal, 5 straight strikes. This one in the 9th frame. Here comes a replay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's a strike, and if you look at Holman, you say, yeah, it's a strike. In the 10th, opponent Tom Baker looking on. All Holman needed was a strike or a spare to win. But look what happens, the dreaded 7-10 split. It was all over. Holman loses to Baker 236 to 233. Baker was beaten in the final by Pete Weber, who earned $20,000 for the win. Here at home, it's Indy Week at PIR. The Budweiser G.I. Joe's 200 is Sunday. Practice for the Indy cars begins on Friday, and the drivers have begun to arrive. Scott Braken is one of those drivers, and today he visited the kids at the Dornbecker Children's Hospital. Brighton finished 6th at Indianapolis this year. He's one of the up-and-coming drivers on the circuit. Someday these autographed books may be worth a whole bunch. He's driving for Amway, the Lola car. Scott has some Amway toys he drops off at the hospital, and he has some new fans.
So who are you going to root for?
Scott.
Oh, thank you.
And in tennis, Chris Everett has pulled out of a tournament in England today because of an ear infection. Her appearance at Wimbledon next week is questionable, and it might be her last Wimbledon, too.
Okay, thanks very much, Carl. Well, how much will you pay for a memory?
When it comes to movie memorabilia, price is no object for some. Jim, that great forecast.
Looks pretty good. Satellite picture shows a few clouds sliding east of the Cascades, mainly in eastern Washington there. They may touch off a shower over the northeast mountains, but locally, fair skies and low 80s tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thanks very much, Jim. Well, it isn't often you see a 1956 Bentley automobile painted in psychedelic colors and formerly owned by the Beatles, but that's what they were auctioning off at the Christie's Auction House in New York tonight. And if that doesn't whet your bidding appetite, how about the actual showgirl costume worn by Marilyn Monroe in the movie Bus Stop? Or the Hollywood measurement book by MGM costume designer Gilbert Adrian.
Probably the best kept secrets of the 30s, and that's his measurement book that was compiled by his chief fitter. And so it has the measurements of Garbo and just a ton of other stars. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay, how about this? Elvis Presley's gun permit. Humphrey Bogart's driver's license application. Not the license, just the application. And there's something for sports fans, too. Autographed baseballs by Joe DiMaggio and the Babe. Do we hear a starting bid?
Boy,
I'll go for the baseball.
I just can't pick. The car. Okay, I'll take the car.
Okay, that's fine.
Good night.
It's a crisp fall Saturday, and there's excitement in the air as Oregon football fans stalk the best college ticket in the land. It's Pac-10 football, and the Ducks are back, returning 16 starters, including all-time rusher Derek Lavelle and junior quarterback sensation Bill Musgrave. Hudson Stadium has never been so wild. Get your season tickets now and reserve your seat for every thrilling play. The Ducks are back in the hunt. Come join the celebration.
Thomason Toyota is revolutionizing the way you lease a new car with their new purchase option finance plan.
Leasing can be a better way for you to own your new Thomason Toyota. You can lease a brand new Toyota Cresta for just $299 a month. Come test drive one today and ask us about our new Thomason Toyota purchase option finance plan. It makes leasing the car you want affordable.
If it says Thomason, you know it's a low price.
Remember, if you don't come see me today, I can't save you any money.
Whatever your reason for working on your car in the middle of the night, Thrifty Auto is open 24 hours for you. When you need an auto part, we've got it.
I took my prenatal vitamins, so I guess it's okay to skip lunch. I don't want to be fat after the baby's born.
Vitamins alone don't make a healthy baby. Good prenatal care means eating healthy foods, seeing your doctor or nurse practitioner regularly, and avoiding alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs. It's never too early to start loving your baby. Roake's. We take fast food seriously.
At Syd Dorn Chevrolet, it's our Buyer's Choice sale. You choose rebates up to $1,000, 2.9% financing, half payments first year, $89 down, or no payments till September. Your choice from our largest inventory ever might be this elegant '89 Corsica. $89 down delivers, and payments are only $109 a month. At Syd Dorn Chevrolet, it's your choice. We're at 8150 North Lombard near the St. John's Bridge.
I'm Syd Dorn. Come see us first for a Dorn good deal.
Shape up for summer. Get a 20-day trial membership at a health club for only $10. Shape up with aerobics, weight training, racquetball, swimming, saunas, steam rooms, jacuzzis, and much more, including a free tennis lesson. Full use of a health club for 20 days at only $10. 20 days for $10. Available exclusively at the Raleigh Hills Racquet Club in Raleigh Hills. Call 292-2649 today.
Honda, #1 in customer loyalty. Don Carlton Honda, #1 in keeping that loyalty with a sporty CRX, only $84.95. Or the luxurious Accord LXI Coupe, just $13,459. And the versatile Accord LXI hatchback for $13,955. We'd like the opportunity to earn your business at Don Carlton Honda on McLaughlin Boulevard in Gladstone.
Look, Mom and Dad, your most precious possessions. How well they sleep makes a difference every day of their lives. Your children can have the best. A Sealy Posturepedic, just $99 at Vancouver Furniture. No money down, zero, zip, none. Free delivery, Portland to Longview. A lot of Portland stores sell great furniture. We simply sell it for less.
Vancouver Furniture, hit the shelves for less.
Hi, I'm Tom Shurig, General Manager, Don Carlton Jeep Eagle in Gladstone, where we have something special to offer.
Don Carlton Jeep now offers $1,000 rebates on all 2-door and 4-door Jeep Cherokees. Like this brand new Cherokee Laredo, only $16,995 after rebate. Or this new Cherokee Pioneer, only $14,995 after rebate. Both offer a difference of almost $5,000 off the retail price. Over 80 Cherokees to choose from, starting as low as $13,995.
Because I think you're worth it.
Don Carlton Jeep Eagle next to Thomason Ford in Gladstone.
At Syd Dorn Chevrolet, it's our Buyer's Choice sale. You choose rebates up to $1,000, 2.9 financing, half payments first year, $89 down, or no payments till September. Your choice from our largest inventory ever might be this '89 T-Top Camaro. $89 down delivers, and payments are only $139 a month. At Syd Dorn Chevrolet, it's your choice. We're at 8150 North Lombard near the St. John's Bridge.
I'm Syd Dorn. Come see us first for a Dorn good deal.
Channel 8 and Companies That Care salute the top students from the class of 1989. Congratulations to the academic achievers from high schools in Clackamas, Clark, Marion, Multnomah, and Washington counties. Best wishes to you and all graduating seniors.
The Northwest's largest volume Toyota dealer is now larger than ever.
We have the largest selection in the history of Thomason Toyota. 500 cars and trucks, and they're going fast. Toyota pickups are just $64.87. Toyota Camrys only $94.97. And we have the largest selection of new four-door 4Runners in the Northwest. Plus, we offer financing to anyone.
If it says Thomason, you know it's a low price.
Remember, if you don't come see me today, I can't save you any money.
Which stars are shooting to the top tomorrow at 7:30?
KGW TV, Channel 8 in Portland, now concludes its broadcast day. KGW TV is owned and operated by the King Broadcasting Company. Studios are located at 1501 Southwest Jefferson, the transmitter at 299 Northwest Skyline Boulevard in Portland. Channel 8 will return to the air this morning at 5 a.m. On behalf of the staff and management of KGW TV, this is Jim Moffitt wishing you a very pleasant good night and good morning.